Welcome back, Ways and Weebies to Channel Doge. But today I'm going to be doing another Eternal game video on this not Control. That's the last one I did. I saw the C's and I thought Control. That stands for CuddlyCanadian, by the way, because I made this deck for a streamer called CuddlyCanadian. You should check that guy out. He's quite he doesn't have that many viewers at the moment, but his stream's really nice and friendly guy. He reads chat a lot as well, so if you've got anything you want to tell him, nice. Anyway, but this is a deck that I made for him. He hasn't played it yet, but his next stream tomorrow night, he probably will be playing it. This deck is a Combrei Aggro deck. Now, if you're newer to this game, or even just played it for a little bit, but not like a master yet. I'm not saying I'm a master. You may have thought that Combrei was not the kind of faction that could do aggro. Because, well, if you just look at it at a surface level, its identity seems to be playing cards, power cards from your deck, and, Justice is an extremely strong mid-range faction, and Time is a control faction, so you wouldn't really think to go for aggro with this combination of factions. However, it is actually very, very good at aggro, essentially because of two things. Well, three. First of all, Empower cards are strong. I never thought they were bad, but I never really realised until I started getting my ass kicked by them recently. Empower cards are strong. They are, good. District Infantry, it's a simple one, but it's better than you might think. Resolute Monk, you don't see too often just because Hojan's so good and better than this, but it's still a very strong card. It's essentially like a 2/5/3 Overwhelm, which is very aggressive. Hojan Crownbreaker, of course, is also in this deck, and he is ridiculous. He's essentially like a 2/4/3 with lifesteal, with the Renown ability on top of that. I really think this card's overpowered, and I'm surprised it hasn't been nerfed, but hey how. Now, you may think that this isn't much of a budget deck, considering that it does have 4 rares with Hojan, 4 rares with Stand Together. Oh yeah, that was the last reason, because Stand Together is a very powerful card. This is the reason I made this deck, because Stand Together, although I didn't see it very often, when I have not won a single game where someone's played Stand Together against me, because it's just such a strong card. When you have loads of units on the board, giving your units +1/+1 for 3 is pretty fair, because Unlock Potential, which is a 3, give all units +1/+1 that isn't fast for time, is not a bad card. It's not great, but, it gets the job done. If you're running a budget kind of deck, this is a solid option to fill your board with units and then unlock potential. And then this is an unlock potential that's fast and also gives you units Aegis. Now, at first, I didn't really think this was too important, like the Aegis. But the thing is, when you have a big, full board, there are 2 ways that you lose. Is your opponent forcing you into unfavourable trades by tricking you with fast spells, which this would negate thanks to the Aegis, unless it was something like Finest Hour, or your opponent playing a board clear, which this would also negate. So this essentially just secures your win, almost definitely, unless you just simply don't have enough damage on the board, as long as you've got a good amount of units. So it's very, very strong. Now, having 4 copies of this, which is a rare, 4 copies of Hojan, which is a rare, 2 copies of Xenan Obelisk in the deck, again, just because it gives all units +1/+1 and there's a lot of units, and a Copperhall Elite, you may say, this isn't much of a budget deck, but I would beg to differ, because first of all, you just got all of these rares, at least one of them, from the new free theme deck that they gave out with the new Expedition mode. You will have gotten 1 free Hojan, 1 free Stand Together, 1 free Copperhall Elite, and you don't get 1 free Xenan Obelisk, but I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, when you start the game, you get a free Xenan Obelisk, just in general, not just because of the new mode, just when you are a new player, you get 1 for free. So, because of that, you already have at least 4 of the, if you count duplicates, what is it now? 11 rares needed, so you're already a third of the way there. And then as well as that, all of these rares are rares you should just be crafting anyway, except for Copperhall Elite, but you got that one for free. So Xenan Obelisk you should probably have 4 of. Hojan in his current state you should definitely have 4 of. And Stand Together is maybe not one you should have 4 of, but I definitely think you should have some of them, and for this deck you'd want 4 of them, so yeah. Besides that, there are no rares in the deck, except Tome of Repetition, but this is from a campaign, this is from Into Shadow, and this card is very much replaceable, so if you haven't done Into Shadow yet, although I highly recommend you do. I've now done all the campaigns. I did Into Shadow last, and I regret that, because Into Shadow, so far, has been the one that's given me the strongest cards, and, you know, the cards I just play with the most, so yeah, you should do Into Shadow. But if you haven't done it yet, Tome of Repetition is easily replaceable. You could run something like Peacekeeper's Helm, which is a nice common weapon that's pretty strong. You just want to run a cheap weapon that can activate Hojan's Renown. Or you don't even need that. You can run basically whatever you want as long as it's nice and cheap and fits with the deck. Anyway, Tome of Repetition is just used because it can play Secret Pages, it plays Scissors from your deck, which activates Empowers. It synergizes very well with Hojan. If you happen to play a power card on that turn, then have 6 power and play this on a Hojan, you are playing 4 power cards in one turn, meaning that your Hojan will be a 10-9 with lifesteal on that turn. Only it won't be a 10-9 because this also gave it +1/+2, so it would be an 11-11 with lifesteal. And that is scary. Anyway, enough of me rambling on. We'll start queuing for the next for this game, but while we're queuing, I'll just go on a little bit more. There's also, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm going to say Blurred Stigmia Gulch, which is the 10/7/6 with Overwhelm, that costs 7 less if you have 7 attack or more amongst your units, which fits very well in this deck because you can get more attack than you would usually be able to using Empower abilities, which means that you can get it to lower costs easier and quicker than usual. Yeah, there it is. And as well as that, just a 3/7/6 Overwhelm is really strong. We're running 1 Desert Marshal. I don't really like it in the deck because it doesn't have any synergy, but it is just a strong card that probably is a bit of an auto-include, kind of. Do I keep this? These units aren't very swarmy, but at the same time, just the fact that it is a card and we have units. I don't know, I think I'd take it. If we get 1 more power card, then we can play our Stigmia Gulch on 4, I think. Trust in your skills. Unless I've done it wrong. Oh, now do I play this still? I think I do, because this card scares me. I hate this card. I only have 1 copy of it too. if I could use the card, I wouldn't hate it so much, but I can't. Everyone else gets to use it and is overpowered. It's like Hojan 2.0. As if 1 wasn't already bad enough. I just realised that it would still get the +1/+1 even if I silence it. That's annoying. Wait, did he just skip using the swap? I guess he just wants to play a 3-2-1 double damage. Yeah, I'll just take that to my face. It's not like I'm scared about losing health with this deck. I'm scared about not killing my opponent. I should have just played the power card and played this Blade Stigmia Gulch. What am I doing? Okay, I kind of don't like doing this because we lose a unit, and if we have 3 units on the board, we can use Siraf's Beacon if we top deck it, but, you know, we still have 3, so it's just enough, I'd say. I didn't attack him with a 4/4 because he could kill it with a 2/1 because it had double damage. Oh, okay, that's annoying. We should be able to break that weapon, though, because unless he's got a 0 cost card, which I don't think he can have. Hang on a minute. There are no 0 cost fast spells as far as I'm aware. Did he forget I silenced it? I think he forgot I silenced it. Okay, that's pretty funny. Well, I can't play this anymore, which is annoying. But I can play that. I can play this next turn, or I can play Unlock Potential or Stand Together. Actually, we're in a nice spot now. You know, it was looking a bit bad for a moment, but now it's looking nice. If he does kill something, it can't be this because it has Aegis, unless he double casts a spell, at which point I don't care because he's using all his cards and his value. He probably has to kill this if he has to kill something, and we still have 7 attack on the board then, so that's fine. Okay, I'm not falling for that. Oh, wait, were you actually that dumb? Okay, I guess he didn't have a trick up his sleeves. He just... Okay, that's interesting. Okay, Usually I would just be smacking everything in. This is supposed to be an aggressive deck. But right now, I just want to fill my board. So I'm only going to attack with this. Yeah, there we go. Get the Wisps down. Now, next turn, it's Unlock Potential. And if we top deck another power card, it's Stand Together too. And that's going to be it. This guy's going to be dead. There's a torch. Oh, he does get to buff that. Oh, but he doesn't do it. Is this a win? I'm just thinking, is there any way to... No, he can't survive this. He would need a very good fast spell right here. He would need that one that gives like a blocking unit +8/+8 and get all that lifesteal. And I've never seen anyone using that card, so I think we're fine. Yeah, let's get that Aegis. Nice. Yeah, this deck's really fun. That was its 11th game, and it has gone 9-2 so far. So it's doing pretty well. I think it's a pretty strong budget deck. Well, I'd say 9-2. I don't remember if I won or lost one of the games, so it was either 9-2 or 8-3. But either way, that's a good win rate. So anyway, I will leave the deck list in the description, and you can feel free to copy it for yourselves and play this deck for yourselves. I recommend it because it's fun. And it's a nice way to climb, because it's an aggro deck. You don't have to spend much time in any of your games, usually. So it climbs fast if you're winning. And yeah, see you in the next one. Bye. Oh god. Press the button.